Okay, so now this one they want you to find the area. Find the area. What shape is that?
Square.
Roughly.
Rectangle.
Rectangle. Okay, square has all sides equal. So this is not a square. This is a rectangle. How do you know? Because you can't just go by your eyes. But sometimes it's really close. Because it's different. If it was a square, these would have to be exactly the same. Okay? Don't trust your eyes. That's very important. Okay? So now, if you want to find the area of a rectangle, what's the formula? You'll have a reference sheet, but what's this?
Multiply.
This one is obvious. What's the formula of a, well, I shouldn't say obvious. This one you should know. What's the area formula for a rectangle?
Base times height.
Base times height, or another way of saying it is length times width. Okay? Both are correct. So all you have to do is multiply the two sides. Okay? I'm not going to do the whole thing because you know how to do this already, but this is how you set it up. You do FOIL, which is like the distributive property, 2 times. When you multiply it out, you would get x squared minus 5x plus 6. That's all you have to do. Questions? You multiply these two. You remember how to multiply these two? When you multiply it out, simplify it, this is what you would get. I just wrote it down instead of working it out. Because I'm trusting that you by now you know how to do that. Alright, so here's the other one that they gave you. Again, it's the area. So you're multiplying length times width. But this one's a little different. There's only one term over here. So you don't need to write it in parentheses. But the other one, you need to write it in parentheses. So now you only have to do the distributive property one time. But you got to be careful because there's a lot of numbers going on, a lot of exponents. You got to take your time. Remember the big numbers, the coefficients, nothing's fancy, nothing special. You just multiply them. It's the exponents that you got to remember what to do. Okay? So negative 2x squared times 3x squared. Anybody think they know? Raise your hand. Negative 2x squared times 3x squared. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, correct? X squared times x squared is what?
X squared.
X to the 4th. Alright, and then you have negative 2x squared times 4x. Negative 2x squared times 4x. Anybody raise your hand? Talk low.
Negative 8x.
Okay, so what should I write?
Negative 8x squared.
Minus, right?
Yeah.
8x. X squared times x is what? Remember, there's an invisible 1 here. X to the 3rd. Got to add the exponents. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last one. Negative 2x squared times 7. Anybody think they know it? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Tina? Negative 14. What about the x's? How many? Negative 2x squared times 7. You did the numbers. Negative 2 times 7 is 14, but then you got x squared. Are there any x's over here? No. So it's just x squared. Make sense? And that's it. There's nothing else you could do. You can't combine anything because they have to have the same exponent in order for you to combine. Anybody have a question on this one? No? Okay, I'm good.